What's up, my YouTube peeps? It's your boy iChris Unfiltered, and it is Sunday. Another week is, pretty much come to an end, and we're getting that much closer to finishing up this SSSVEDA, which is vlogging every day in August. It's kind of like we're at summer camp, and we're getting to know each other, and we're commenting on each other's videos. But then you meet people, and it's gonna come to an end at some point, and then you kind of go your separate ways. You sign each other's book if they have one, or you get each other, exchange numbers, things like that. It kind of has that feel to it as we count down the days going towards the end of the month, because I'm really curious to see how many of us stay in touch with each other. I know we're subscribed to each other for the most part, but it's curious to me how engaged we're gonna remain. Now, that said, I know, I speak for myself. I fully intend to be engaged in everybody's videos to the best of my ability, and by that I mean every day or so when I go onto Twitter and I hashtag SSSVEDA, I find new people, maybe one or two, and I tend to go check your videos and I'll subscribe. So, between now and then I have an opportunity to meet many more of you. But all of you that I've already subscribed to and follow, I'm going to continue to follow you guys regardless, because I think you guys are all cool people. If I haven't subscribed to you, it's because you're probably not a cool person. No, I'm totally kidding. I just probably don't know who you are, and I haven't come across your video. So hopefully I do soon. So today's topic is somebody I'd like to have a drink with who is no longer alive, basically. Dead, no longer with us. And this one's really easy. I mean, sure, like I said in the previous videos, I tend to be pretty difficult and indecisive, and I'll list like a whole bunch of different people, which it's really easy to find, people like Steve Jobs and just a bunch of other people, right? There's been a lot of great people. I mean, just recently, Robin Williams. Those are, for me, obvious choices for someone like myself, but the one that stands above all of them, and pretty much it's just a no-brainer for me, it's my grandfather. And I know it may seem like a cop-out because it's like, oh, a family member. We all have family members who've passed, and they're the easy and logical choice. Well, at the end of the day, the question is who I'd rather have a drink with, and it's really hard for me to want to have a drink with anybody else other than my grandfather, because for those of you that don't know me, which is pretty much everybody out there, I haven't had my father around since I was 2 years old. My mother has done a phenomenal job, in my opinion, and in many others, of raising me. And she did so as an only, single parent, but she wasn't alone. My grandparents were instrumental in raising me, and my grandfather was my father, basically, all my life. And, I can't even emphasize, underscore, or bold anymore how much of an influence he had on my life, and just who the person I am today, in molding that, shaping that. And he passed away some years ago, and due to cancer and other complications, but he lived a great life, 8 children, and I've got a great family, big family, awesome family, and there's extended family. So anyways, my grandfather, I was a pain in the ass as a kid, gave him a hard time, gave my grandmother a hard time, my mother a hard time. I was a little badass, but he instilled values, and the things he did for me, and the things that I can remember, the way I used to always ask him, let's go to the movie. I used to always find, and this is a little tidbit, okay, it's a little bit more than maybe you care about, but just letting you know, I'm opening up to the YouTube world, and I'm being authentic. That's the word you're looking for, right, Lux? Authenticity. I'm being authentic with you guys, and original. And I'm just letting you guys know, I used to look for video stores because I'd look for the latest movies that come out or video games. And anytime I'd find one, I'd be like, Grandpa, let's go, come on, Wiener Schnitzel. Oh, just give me $1. I mean, now that I think about everything, it's like, man, he gave me so much money just whenever I asked for it. And it was amazing. He was just an amazing man in how he helped raise me. I mean, he saved my life. When I experienced my first big earthquake, I'm gonna get the date wrong, but I think it was 84. I can't recall. I was young. I was like 10 years old or something. I mean, do the math. I'm 35 right now, right? And sorry if you heard that. There was a car went by. But anyways, I'm 35, and it was 84. I think is when we had that first earthquake. I think it was the North. No, it wasn't Northridge. It was the Whittier quake. But anyways, my grandparents had one of those old school clocks. What's the actual name for them? The grandfather clocks. Hey, how apropos, right? Quinky dink. He had one of those in his bedroom, and I was in the living room. And when that earthquake happened, I never experienced one before. So I think I was homesick, and I went running. Grandpa, I went running into the room, and I was freaking out. And then he wasn't there. So then I went back in the living room, and then I went back and then I circled back and tried to go into his bedroom. And I think we crossed paths because it was just very noisy. I didn't hear him. And I ran into his bedroom, and that grandfather clock was falling, but I didn't see it because I was looking to the right, and then it started to fall, and I just felt him grab the back of my shirt and yank me, and that clock fell, and it's easy to be dramatic and say he saved my life. I mean, I don't know what would have happened, but I would have been injured. At a minimum, it would have hurt because I was a young kid and it was a big clock. So that was one of the memories. I almost killed him because I was a little older, and he was trying to he's like, I'll let you back the car up, because I bugged him. I mean, I probably wasn't ready to drive, but all I had to do was back it up just a little bit, and it was cool. But I was so excited that, I'm gonna drive. The door was open, I got in, and I just hit that shit in reverse. And he was still standing right there. So the tip of the door went into his solar plex right here. And when I heard him go, it actually pinned him up against a pillar that was behind him. So, I mean, he could have moved, but the pillar was there, so he couldn't move. I literally, as soon as I heard him, I freaked out and I braked, and then I put it in park, and then I kind of got scared. Then I didn't even put it in drive. I did neutral. I remember hitting neutral, and the car was rolling, and then I stopped it. So it probably was a bad idea to let me drive, but I mean, I think about these things. I'm like, holy crap, dude, I almost killed my grandfather. So, I mean, I have a lot of stories, and that's the beauty of it. That is why he's the person I choose that I'd rather have a drink with, because I can't do that with Steve Jobs or Tupac or Notorious B.I.G. No, I don't even care. Those are guys that, I mean, they'd be cool to meet, but I don't need to have a drink with them. There are a lot of great individuals, but again, none of them give me the emotion and the feeling, and nor can I take it back and remember all these great memories, with any of them, other than things that they've accomplished and I've shared and I was a part of it vicariously, but not as obviously like I was with my grandfather. So those are, I gave you guys a little bit more than you probably needed to know, but I'm just trying to be transparent with you guys and authentic. So that's who I, would love to have a drink with and just hang out with, because, 80 plus years, 82, 83, I mean, I'm just brain fart, but 80 plus years living on this earth, I mean, that's a great life, and he accomplished a lot. But, we're selfish. We love who we love, and no matter, 80 years is still not enough time. I want him around 20 more years. I want him around now, but, there's a different plan for him, and it is what it is. So that said, that's who I want to have a drink with. It's Sunday, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. That's about it, peeps. I will see you guys tomorrow, and let's see what topic Amy brings us mañana. Peace.